Hello, Mr. Castone's consumer math class. We're in some fun times right now, and I thought we'd continue on. You should be still finishing your project, but here's what we're looking at. We're jumping into transportation. So I'm going to start those notes off, and when you can get around to watching these, it would be great. There is a PowerPoint attached that you should be able to find and go through. Also, the notes should be attached in the Google Classroom. We're looking at transportation now. The first slide, if you go through it and you look at it, there's a nice little rap song that will be stuck in your head the rest of the day called the Mass Transit Rap. From there, here we are looking at, what it would be like if we were looking at, 60 people in 60 cars, individual people, and how they would fit in the bus. And so what you're trying to ask yourself is, what's the point of this picture? What are they trying to show us? And I think the biggest thing that they're trying to show us is that we can cut down congestion in our cities. If these people, instead of taking cars, would take one bus, look what it does to the streets. So it might be a little overdone, but I think the point is there that we put a lot of traffic on the roads, and a lot of cities are not utilizing buses, and a lot of people aren't utilizing these buses. And that would be a great step forward, at least for our environment and probably overall safety on roads too. Continuing on, guys, when we're looking at transportation options, mass transit, okay? Mass transit is a transportation system designed to carry large amounts of people. So we want to make sure we have that. Important for our notes. What are some benefits you can think of using mass transit? Well, there's a lot. And we're going to specifically talk about these 5 important ones. One is overall, it's good for the economy, okay? So we're going to write economy for our first one. Next one, it's just plain convenient. So there's a convenience to it. There's a big energy savings is another one. Another big one gets back to the environment. There will be a lot less pollution. And then, as we alluded to earlier, looking back at those buses up there, or sorry, that bus and all those cars, how about just overall less congestion, okay? So that's page 1 of our notes. Here we have some percentages. When I'm looking here at the transportation and the promoting physical activity, we see the biggest one, the first one here, well, one of the biggest ones is 47% of people are people who live in neighborhoods with sidewalks and streets are more likely to be active at least 30 minutes. And we could just say, I'm going to just say active for 30 minutes with those sidewalks. The biggest percent down here at the bottom is they found bike fatalities in Portland, Oregon. Bicycle commuters ride 49% of their miles on roads with bike facilities, even though there are 8% of road miles. So we're just going to say for this one 8% of road miles. Now, Up above up here, we have median speed bumps and other traffic calming efforts can reduce the number of pedestrian injuries by 15%. And nothing really to write for that one, but right here we can talk about public transportation. Public transit users take 30% more steps per day. More steps per day than the average person who relies on their cars. When I'm looking at this picture, looks pretty funny. A group of people all packed onto this car. What is this picture trying to portray about mass transportation? There's a lot of directions you can go with this one. One particularly that makes me think about this is I think a lot of countries use public and mass transportation more than we use it. It's a very common thing among other countries, and in the U.S. it's not as popular unless you're in a really big city like New York, San Francisco, where you see more people taking subways and buses. Even Chicago. It'd be really nice if we could move that direction, and it's just overall, you know, kind of a funny picture, but it is something that we could do a better job of. So it gets to the point then, why do you think people resist using public transportation? Why is it that we are not using it like we should? Oops. What's going on? You know, there's a lot of ways you can look at this. Are we just above this? Is this, you know, we're United States, we don't have to? I don't know. You could think about that in a couple of different ways. I think people also have a comfort level. They like that time in their car. They like to be able to sit and listen to the radio. They like that freedom in the United States. We take it for granted. And I think we could try to move in that direction, and it would be a lot safer, and heck, it would be a lot healthier for us if we looked into that direction. So those are some things you can think about with that question there. So I've already kept you for about almost 8 minutes. I think we'll pause there, and I'll do day 2 notes, maybe tomorrow, and move forward on this. But again, guys, be active, get out, do things, have fun, and then check in on your notes once in a while, taking a few notes. So we made it through 2 pages. I'll look to do page 3, maybe 4, even tomorrow. Talk to you soon, guys.